Okay, guys, if you're wondering why I look like kind of like a little bit like a cyclops, just know that I currently have a sty. Now, this is like the fifth sty I've had in like I've had it in both eyes, guys. Okay, this year, five. And I don't even know if I'm counting right, could be more. So if anyone knows if it's like the early onset of like some kind of like later potential, chronic disease, let me know in the comments. But being black is like being in on this top secret. It's like being the underdog. Like, no, no, no. It's like being like the protagonist in an anime where you low key got superpowers. Like when they were saying black people have superpowers. Whoa, guys. That woke something up. And why did that joke stick so much? Because to every joke, there is some truth, except when they're racist. Give me my clicker. Give me it. Okay, no, but that joke landed for a reason, I feel like. And that's because like I want to really like take you into the black experience. I'm sure some of y'all who are watching right now are not of the black race. If you're here, hi, I'm talking to you because I feel like you would love to know. Like basically you're walking around and people are telling you you're ugly, you're this, you're that, and they'll they'll walk right go. Imagine you're walking around and you got people calling you innately inferior, calling you ugly your entire life. They walk right around to go to the tanning salon to get the same color of skin that you have. Okay? They turn right around to get the lip filler that you naturally have. Okay? It's always like, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. And you're walking around, and this story that you're being told, it's not just like random folks on the block are telling you, oh, you're chopped, you're ugly, but also the systems in which you live under reaffirm this in very subtle ways. Here's the thing about racism that's actually the most fantastic psyop ever, okay? It's like overt racism is actually not highbrow to elites. Like I learned this because I go to like an extremely rich school, people who pay $100,000 like every year to go. Luckily, God bless merit scholarship. I'm kind of like a genius, so, but essentially, you got people who come from these like really elite private schools, and these private schools are like inherently entrenched in like racial optics and just like racial systematic whatever. Okay, so I was talking to a specific girl who I forget where she's from, but she goes to this school and to one of these private schools, and she talked about how there were two private schools in her area, and one of them would like basically find ways to not allow black people in almost overtly. Okay, and the racism, and it was no, sorry, this was the public school. There's a public school and a private school, and the public school would essentially kind of like do racism but overtly. Like they basically like try to make sure that black people could not come in, could not attend, because it was still like a pretty affluent school despite not being private. Now, here's the thing. What would happen is the private school, the one that's more elite and more highbrow and had more money, would look at these people and laugh at their racism. They'd be like, you guys know the rich laugh, right? When you're in the room, when you're in the womb, and you hear your parents like, and you know you about to, you reincarnated right? You know, these elites will be sitting in the boardrooms looking at these guys like you can't do the racism like that. Like that's not how we do it around here. They let the black people in the school. They get like a demographic, 5-10%, whatever it is, and the thing is these schools are called feeder schools. Okay, so they let people essentially, whoever goes to these private high schools, middle schools, essentially kind of just gets into Ivy Leagues, really like, you know, high ranking schools. And the way this happens is kind of sometimes there's a process to it that you have to kind of be in to know. So what will happen is these outsiders will get into the school without getting these like insider perks, like getting into the colleges or getting these connections that really is the whole thing that makes this elite culture flow. So the moral of me saying this is like racism that is structural happens in very implicit ways through like changing laws in terms of gerrymandering. Okay, things where it's like not overt so people can feel crazy. Like the black experience is made to make us feel like literally insane, because it's like technically we're not saying you're inferior. Hey, we outlawed slavery, guys. Hey, no, 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 no. It's like, hey guys, like you're insane. And it's like, I'm not insane. You guys freaking hate me, but you don't, because you actually love my freaking God, man. Here's the thing I was thinking about the other day. I was like, do white girls know that they want to look black without being black? That's my thing. Not all, but enough. Okay. Do they know that when they go to the tanning salon and they get the lip filler, what are you trying to look like? Okay. It's so insane how I always have people commenting on my lips. Don't look at them. I know you're looking. Stop. I always shut up. I always have people commenting on my lips, like either like, "Oh my God, your lips are so big," and this, that, they're smaller. Like, they don't say they're small. What am I talking about? But like, this is something that's like constantly talked about on a feature of my face, and I've even to the point where people will ask me, "Do you have lip filler?" I'm like, "I'm black." What? The only reason I'm pestered about this feature of my face, the only reason that this feature on my face is salient is because it's a black Afrocentric feature, and these features are coveted. And it's like the only feature that I feel like is dogged on for real is actually the nose. Like they'll pretend hate the color of the skin. And it's like when I look at tanned girls who tan and go to the tanning salon, they come out and the bottom half of their body looks like this. And they also edit their pictures and put the exposure way low and put the highlight like way low so that there's like a bronze glow. Have y'all peeped this? White people want to be bronze. Not all, but enough, okay? And it just really makes you think, like, it really, get out, bro. Okay, here's the thing. I got really mad, okay? I was, like, on Instagram, and some guy was like, oh, obsession? Guys, obsession is beats Get Out. It's basically Get Out on steroids. It's Get Out, but better. Oh, my God. I'm going to say something, guys. I'm going to say something, and I know someone's not going to like it. The glaze on Obsession. And I love the movie. I made a video talking about how I liked it. But I went into that movie. Guys, I'm telling you, I have a sense. I have senses for things. I have a woke, tingling sense. I am the woke Spider-Man. I don't know how to tell you. I knew going to this movie, number one, it would be glaze. And number two, it's because of the white woman in the movie. I want to stop everybody. Everybody stop for 5. Whoa. This movie is being glazed to oblivion, and it's because it's good. It's a good horror movie. It's one of two things. Number one, we just simply haven't seen a decent movie come the box office, okay, in a long time. Number one, that's one of the reasons why it's being glazed. Number two, it's something about faces that I feel like I saw this girl, and there's something about, like, she was like, okay, yep, checks this box. She's like white but racially ambiguous. Okay, checks the box. I knew there is something about racially ambiguous whiter woman that is just obsessed about. I can't explain it to you guys. I'm just a sociologist. Don't take it any other way. When I make these analyses, it's objective. It's coming from the tingling sense. I study reality, people. I'm a student of society. All I'm going to say is that there's something about her face. It ticks the boxes that society wants. I knew she was going to jump up and become one of the figures. It's like people come in trends nowadays. I'm totally off topic, guys. But people, like, it's a movie. All of a sudden, Odessa Zion. All of a sudden, I knew with Indy Navarrete, this movie, when I heard to hear people talk about it, ding, 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 I'm like, all right, I'm going to see a face. That's the face. That is why people are saying this. But back to Get Out. Get Out, like, geniusly conveys how so much of the white population sees black people as a shell of what they want. It's like white people, some, have really become devoid of authenticity. And black people being forced out of the standard, which is just this machine that extracts people of this innate authenticity, are reeking of authenticity. So it's like every single time black people or white people who are like this encounter black authenticity, they look at this thing like, and it's just like, they try to condense it into one thing that they can like wash themselves in, like coolness or beauty. I want to take this feature from her, or I want to take the affect, the shine, the aura that is black energy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's what I think. So to compare Obsession, a standard, really well created horror movie, to the intricacy that Get Out conveys, that like white people to some degree want to consume black people, or take the vessel of a black person and go jump inside it. The fact that that was compared, I almost died when I saw that, okay? It's just 2026 is so hollow. I'm sorry, okay. But do you get what I'm saying? Being black, like I was talking to my sister, we had a good conversation in the car. And it's like when you're black, you're in on this huge secret where it's like everyone is against you because they're jealous of you. Anyone who is against you is because they're jealous. They will do all these things. They will masquerade themselves to look like you while pointing fingers at you. And even the natural, what seems to be, really, it's the manufactured structure of your entire reality, from the roads that you walk down to where you live to what opportunities you get, all silently tell you you're not this shit. And the thing is, it's like overt racism is just one thing. It's kind of like a scratch, like think of like a jaguar, like, okay, it's like, ouch, ooh. But it's like, okay, it happens and it's gone. Structural racism feels like an inner sickness that's underlying. And when you're young, you've had it this whole time. And when you're young, you have no idea, but you just feel a little bit ill all the time. And by the time you're 20, you're like, oh my God, something has been ripping me and eating me from the inside out. There's like a freaking monster burgeoning itself inside of me and trying to kill me. That's what structural racism feels like. It feels like a silent curse, like a fate, an ending, okay? That like roots itself into your freaking life, bro. That's what so structural racism is the thing that really gets black people, I think. And it almost gets you away from this truth that you feel. When you see these white people doing this, that, and the third and mocking you and being obsessed with you, that hatred is really close to love and obsession. That movie is good, I will say. Do you get what I'm trying to say, though? It's so obvious. They show their obsession proves to be a fixation on something that they don't have. Some, not all, don't get it, bro. I don't want to hear it. You get what I'm trying to say, okay? I feel like black people get kind of like strung up on the structural racism part. All of these systems were like, imagine a system has been calibrated to specifically oppress you. Like every single string that's pulled, every single building that's put in place, every single law is oriented to keep you down. You are the obsession. I also was just thinking about this, like Love Island has 0 Asian people, bro. They almost never have Middle Eastern, or more recently, more Middle Eastern, but no Asian people. Or no, like most of the time, there's less and less of these, like it's either mixed, black and white, or white or black half the time. There's not any of these other races, and I think, wow, like a lot of Asian people, a lot of even Pacific Islanders oftentimes don't get representation. That's not fair, but black people do. The reason why black people are always in conversations or are always the representation we're talking about is because there's an obsession with black people. Everyone feels it, guys. Non-black people feel it. White people feel it. And we definitely feel it. And it's just like you're always the topic of conversation. Everywhere you look, there's eyes on you. You're low-key Goku. You're low-key the shit, bro. Like we are low-key. Everybody is all on me, bro. I don't know what it's like. It's hate, but when you look deep in it, it's not, bro. It's jealousy. That's like, it's always like, you always read these like fantasy books of like the princess whose sister always got whatever she wanted, and the princess who's like, you know, the youngest or whatever is always bullied by her family and everyone's always rude to her, but she is the main character for a reason. Okay? That's what it feels like to be black. You make all the cool music and people erase you, but everyone's eyes are on you. And it feels like it's like a delusioning experience, bro. My sister and I talked about this. It's like, sometimes it feels like a little bit of a curse. Like when you're in friend groups, it's like some people can just go around life and you can tell that like the way that they like are, their personality is less thought through. Like they go about life from the beginning of their life. They've had to do less self-checking, okay, self-evaluation, metacognition, meta-analysis. They're just like blah, 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 blah. And by the time you're like in 12th grade, where my sister is right now, you'll meet these people and you've done so much work to be palatable and to be cool and to be all these things, to the point where when you enter a room, people, you are high signal. I keep trying to tell my sister this. Some people are low signal, but still get places they want, because that free-flowing energy is something that we actually should covet. It's like, because you've never had to really like analyze yourself, you're low-key just authentic in that way, but less thought through. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's people like that who feel like they have life on easy mode. Things just come to them because life hasn't really put as many social obstacles in their way. As a black person, your beauty, your mind, everything about your energy is built brick by freaking brick. You did that. It's not like, oh, I was just born the standard. You made like everything about you, from the way your hair is done to the way your skin glows, and you just smell good. People are just like, how does this girl just smell good? Everything you do is planned. You go crazy, especially as a black woman. Femininity on top of that, you know? And it's like people start to get jealous, guys, of that freaking power that is the fact that you have become conscious of everything that you can be perceived by, and you optimized all of it. It's different from that free flowing golden retriever energy, but the golden retriever is somehow just gonna not mess with you. And it happens all the time in my friendships, all the time in her friendships. We just come off different than other girls because of that. So being black literally feels like you are the main protagonist of an anime, and there's a good thing coming at the end. You just feel it, like low key, I'm the crap. Low key, my life is gonna be more fulfilled because I know more about how reality works, and I can therefore live more authentically rather than clinging to systems that benefit me just because. I would hate to have to pick between like validating whiteness and clinging to whiteness as a white person versus relinquishing the one thing that tells me I'm valuable just because. Like, white people have a built-in, you are powerful, and specifically more powerful than others, built in. And it's a lie, but that lie keeps itself intact if you act on it, if you use that, if you believe in it. A lot of people believe in white supremacy, which is why white supremacy works. And so they put it into power. And also capitalism, okay? I would hate to have to be a white person and have to do all that ego deconstruction coming from families that are probably more centered on wealth and extraction and, you know, passing things back. Like, I would hate to be a kid who has to like pay their parents back all the time, not because you're poor, but because everything is transactional, okay? Who's like talking to your friends like low key, like, you need to pay me back for that 30 cents I gave you last month. Bro, what? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Capitalism is the religion, truly, of a lot of whiteness as an institution, not white people, but whiteness, okay? I would hate to have to choose between that cult and being authentic. Whereas, because I'm a Nigerian American educated woman, I am forced out of that box. I have to make my own way. I'm forced to, and like, I feel gifted because I'm forced to become my highest self. Like, I could never be one of these girls who just stays in that box of, you know, anti-blackness for life. That's just not me anyway. That's how I feel. So I feel like I got a leg up in every single way. And the pain and the whatever, I feel like that's proof that I low-key got something tea. So y'all, that's what I have to say today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, wieners. Peace.